2 weeks till the season opener. Thoughts on what you guys have been working on, and as you guys get ready for this next couple weeks?
Yeah, I think we're finally getting to play other teams. So we had 8 weeks in the summer, and then obviously this fall camp. So we've had almost 70 practices against each other, and then finally this past weekend we had our first scrimmage against Texas A&M Kingsville, which went really well. We finally got to play against another team and see our guys on the floor together for the first time with only 3 returners and 10 new players. It was great to finally see our guys kind of play against an opponent, and they did a really good job. They played together. We had a really good outing. I think we ended up winning by 45 or 50, and we played really well. Yeah, it was great.
How would you say you guys kind of plan to use Quo this year? He's one of the returners, obviously, played some big minutes for you guys last year. What kind of role do you guys see him having?
Yeah, I think Quo's going to have a much bigger role this year than he did last year. He's had a hurt shoulder, so he didn't do a lot this summer, but we expect him, being that this is his 5th year, to have a big role. He's going to play multiple positions. He's going to play the 5 and the 4 for us this year. I think defensively, his shot blocking ability and his ability to guard multiple positions is going to be really helpful for us. And then on the offensive end, he's developed a lot since last year. And I think he's learned a lot last year from our style of play because we play the 5-out system. He did a lot of learning last year. So I think this year he's going to be much more confident, understanding how to play in our system, understanding when to score, when not to score, when to make plays for others. So I think, but I expect really big things from Quo this year.
I know a lot of the players emphasize kind of the defensive versatility that they feel like you guys have because of the additions that you've made to the roster and some of the size you guys have at the guard positions. How do you feel like that's been developing over the course of these practices?
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. We're much bigger and longer, especially our wings. We've got length with Corey Cotton and Jalen Ricks and Kai Dixon. Marvin McGee is a big 2-guard. And then even at our point guard position, Jalen Washington returns, and Always Right is a bigger point guard at 6'4". So I certainly think that our ability to switch and guard multiple positions and just our length and athleticism and moves, we're so much better and so much more dynamic than we were last year. So I think defensively, we're going to make a big jump this year compared to our defense that we had last year.
Would you say the goal is to kind of hang your hat on that end? And how would you say the defense overall looks at practice? Obviously, it's one thing to have the personnel to do it, but how do you feel like things are coming together on it?
Yeah, I think part of it too is a lot of the guys that we brought in this year really care about defense and want to be great defenders. And so I think that part of it, like the care that they have and the understanding and the importance of our defensive schemes and our defensive concepts. Our guys this year have really, really good basketball IQ as well. So I think it's a combination of all of that. They really want to defend. And I think, too, they also understand great defense, it makes great offense, right? If we can get stops and we get turnovers, then we can get on fast breaks. We like to play fast and shoot threes and get up and down. So I do think the defensive end is going to be really important for us this year. And I do think our players collectively feel like we can be a great defensive team because of our length and athleticism and our ability to guard multiple positions.
Coach, having only a couple guys coming back, to the roster, how has the transition been for the newer guys, and all the transfers during the season?
Yeah, I think that's been a very difficult piece to this with only 3 returners, but we're actually used to it as a staff because we were new last year as well. So it was a brand new system last year. But I think the 3 returners, Jalen Washington, Marshall Destremo, and Quo Agua, have done a great job of bringing the other kids together and having them understand what we do as a team and what we value and the things that we do collectively. And they've done a really good job of galvanizing our team. And then, I think Coach Fennell does a great job of trying to mesh our team together. And we do a lot of things off the court as well as on the court to try to make sure guys are becoming closer and becoming more of a team so that we're able to perform on the court together as well.
As far as minutes distribution, how's it looking right now? Do you know who's going to be the starting 5?
I don't know. It changes every day, and I think that's the great thing. I think we did a great job with our recruiting class, and then obviously the guys that are returning have all improved, and they know our system, they know what to expect. So I think we actually we could have multiple starting lineups. We could play 8, 9, 10 guys for sure. as long as we stay healthy. And I think part of that's evident is you know, guys really like to play with each other, and they don't really care who's on the court as long as they're helping each other win. We had 34 field goals over the weekend and 31 assists. So guys are really understanding how to play together, and they're enjoying playing together. Because I think this group is really cares about winning and really is trying to play the right way and play together. Which so I think it's less important who's starting and more important just the collective group trying to win.
And they know that, you know, if they're not the starter day one, that it's always, you know, subject to change.
Yeah, yeah, and I think because we brought, one of the good things about the transfer portal is we have multiple guys that have played multiple years of college, so they understand that piece of it. We only have 2 freshmen, Damaris Winters and Julian Gomez, who have both been great, but all the other guys are transfers and have played at the Division I level. So I think they all understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint, you know, and there's going to be injuries, and there's going to be, you know, shooting slumps or whatever it is, and guys are going to get hot. So I think because they understand that winning is the most important thing, I think our guys have done a really good job of not worrying about who's starting, not worrying about how many minutes, but just the minutes that they get make them impactful.
Coach, year 2 in the Southland Conference, you guys learned a lot last year. How do you take that and translate it to success this year?
Yeah, the Southland Conference last year was obviously new to us and new to UTRGV, being that we were in the WAC before we got here. So collectively, I think the Southland it's a great conference, and I think the conference has gotten a lot better over the years. 5 years ago, the Southland was the 30th ranked conference out of 31. Now it's the 21st ranked conference. So it is a high level conference. There's great coaches, great teams, and I think too with the transfer portal, there's a lot of teams with new guys and new players, and I think we have the ability to make a huge jump this year compared to last year, as long as we can gel and get our guys to galvanize together, which I'm sure all the other teams in the Southland are saying as well. But it's a really, really high level league. You know, McNeese won in the NCAA tournament last year. And then Incarnate Word made a great run in their postseason tournament as well. So there's a lot of high-level teams, and we've got to just make sure and understand that we're ready to go every night, because every team is really, really good.
2 weeks till the opener. What's the focus here as you guys get down to crunch time?
Yeah, one focus: get healthy. We have a couple guys that are banged up, but I think they're all getting ready to come back. And I think now it's just getting ready to understand that it's a long season, and be prepared to play every single game. And scouting reports are coming, and making sure our academics are in order, and kind of just it's a really exciting time of year because. You know, this year, different than last year, you know, we have a lot of road games. I think we only have 1 home game in the month of November. So we've got to be prepared to go on the road and win on the road. You know, we open up at Baylor, and then we have a couple other away games that are going to be really good opponents. So I think we just, you know, have to really just stay together and tighten up the ship and just get ready to really get on the road and get some wins.
Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.